What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to today's video. This may very well be the last video you guys see on this green Tacoma for quite some time. We're just about finished up with the truck, but there is a few things that we need to get finished up on this truck to make it 100%. So the tach, as you guys know, has been giving me problems. It's super laggy. I got to wire in the whole relay and everything for the electronic fan that we have for the radiator. And then the biggest issue we're having is the tune. So we got to get that figured out in this video. This thing will be running 100%. I don't care how long it takes. It's going to be running 100% by the end of this video. So that is all we're doing today. First things first, I want to tackle the tachometer. So I do have the CAN 2 dash. That basically takes the information from the CAN system and converts it into signals you can actually use. So I have the signal for the tach, but like I said, it's accurate, but it's super slow. What I'm thinking about doing, I have a couple of converters on the red truck that I'm using for the tach. I'm actually going to pull those off and wire those into this system. I was talking to Fast Forward a little bit, and he says that we still need to convert the signal. I believe it's from an analog signal to a digital signal. I could be wrong, it might be the other way around. But either way, I have those converters on my red truck. I don't have them for this truck. So I'm gonna go pull them off there. I'm gonna wire them into here. I'm gonna wire it through the CAN 2 dash. If I'm still having issues there, I actually found there is a tach wire on the ECU for this truck. Seems like a lot of people don't know that, and I haven't confirmed that it actually is a tach signal wire, but I have seen a few people use that on not Toyota swaps, but other swaps. They have used that for something with a climate control or something that needs a tach signal. So if we do use that wire out of the ECU, we're definitely gonna need it to convert it to a 6-cylinder tach, and then we're gonna have to convert it, like I said, from analog to digital. So let's do some messing around and see if we can get this tach figured out. All right, we got this converter wired in, so power and a ground through here, and then you just stick the input into the CAN 2 dash, and the output is this green wire here up to the tach. So let's fire it up and see if we got a tach that works. Well, here goes nothing. Well, it looks like it doesn't do anything now. I'm gonna go through and check all my connections here and see, but that is not doing anything. Well, I found a bad ground down there. We are working, but it's kind of doing the same thing. Really slow. So still super laggy. I ended up finding pin 28 is what everybody's saying is the tach signal wire. So you can see it runs up. It's on the bottom, on the big connector on the ECU. It's the very bottom far right, and right in the corner, the one right in the corner is pin 28. So I got that wired in. Now I did wire in this because this converts from a 4-cylinder signal to a 6-cylinder because I have a 6-cylinder tach. Now I don't know if I'm going to need this. I figured I'd leave it unwired for now and try it without it, and then if it doesn't do anything, we'll wire this in. Now I did need both of these on my red truck, but I'm not sure if this tach is the same. So let's go fire it up, and hopefully we don't light nothing on fire. Hopefully nothing blows up on us. Like I said, it's kind of a shot in the dark because I've only seen a couple people mention that this is actually a tach output from the ECU. So wish me luck. Let's fire it up and see what it does. Hey, look at that. And it actually freaking works. It might be a little bit slow, but that is 99,000 times better than before. Hell yeah, that is awesome. We don't even need that other converter. That is way better. So after all the confusion, BHW pin 28 on the 94 pin connector, the big one, is indeed a tach output. So like I said, I just have that converter to switch it from a 4-cylinder input to a 6-cylinder output, because my Tac is a 6-cylinder. The other converter isn't even wired in and it works perfect. So I am so happy about that. That makes this job a lot easier. I was thinking I was gonna have to buy one of those Dakota digital boxes, wire that into like the crank sensor or alternator or something, but I am so stoked I found that wire. Huge thank you to Jimmy Bryant. Once again, Jimbo on the TDI Club. He mentioned this to me a long time ago, and I was kind of skeptical because everybody I've seen says there is no Tac output on the BHW ECUs, but they actually do have one. That makes me so happy. So I just got to buy one more of those converters for the 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, and I'll probably just wire this one in this truck. Once I get the new one, I'll wire it back into my red truck, just because I want to get this green truck all dialed in. So I'm going to go through, finish up all the wiring, make sure all that is good to go, and then we can jump on to the next project. All right, as you guys can see, we are all wired in. Now I am going to keep the Cantu dash in here because the glow plug light and check engine light do seem to be working pretty good. So I'm going to leave that in. Like I said, I'll just have to buy one more of these to get back in my red truck, but we are good to go there. So one other thing that the Cantu dash has is an output, a negative trigger wire for the radiator fan relay. So I'm going to try that and see if that works. I'm just going to stab one in here. I have an extra sensor for the coolant temp, which would tell the ECU when to turn on and off those fans. So I'm actually going to see if I can pull that connector off with a different sensor and dip it in a hot, pot of water or something and see if I can get that wire to work. If all is well, I got the fan here. You can see that's a stock Passat fan, and then here's the wiring for it. I do have a wire already run out through the harness here for the relay if I do mount the relay out here, and then we'll just have to run power and ground to that and then hook it up to the fan. So that is next on the list of things to do. Let's see if we can get that wire, the negative output wire, in this Cantu dash to actually function. All right guys, I got this all set up. So I got VCDS out so I can verify the temperature of the coolant temp sensor. This green wire is already run up from that Cantu dash up to here, and I have this looped over to a ground, and I'm just going to do a continuity test here. So what I have is another sensor. You can see that. So I'm going to heat up the probe with just a little mini torch, get it up to temperature, and once that hits a certain temperature, I think it's 104 or 102 Celsius, this should turn into a ground, and that's actually what triggers the relay on. So I'll just put this on the continuity on the beep. So once that gets up to temperature, we should hear a beep if that Cantu dash is actually working like it should. All right, looks like we're getting somewhere. We were at 12 degrees. We are 66 now, so I'm gonna keep heating it up till we're at like 105 and 106 maybe, and see if we get continuity through ground. There we go, you can hear that beep. That means we got continuity through ground coming out of that Cantu dash, and we are, looks like it got a little hot, 110, but we'll see when it turns off. So there we go, 92 or 93, but there might be a little bit of lag in that, but either way we are working. So I already got the wiring here for the fan, just power and the ground. I got the relay mounted up here. I do have to run, I'm gonna run a power wire, like a 10 gauge wire over to my box there. And you actually do it a little bit different on this. You run 2 power wires into the relay, 1 trigger wire from the ground, and then your output wire. So I actually just put my own pin on this wire just because I wanted a bigger gauge wire, since that is like 16 gauge wire, which isn't nearly enough. So we're gonna get a wire run over to a battery, and then we'll hook up this, wire that in, and then we'll try it again with this sensor, just heating it up with the ignition on, and see if we can get this fan to turn on. There we go, guys. Fan just turned off, so everything looks like it is working just fine. I'm gonna go through and just tidy all this up, and we'll have a working fan. All right, we are all wired in for the fan. We are good to go. One thing I want to do is, on this truck, is I want to wire this back in. So what this does, this is the analog to digital converter. What I wired in here is basically to convert the signal from a 4-cylinder output from the ECU to a 6-cylinder dash. Now, what I have in this truck, I don't think the Tacomas have it, but in these older trucks, on these tacks, if you take the cluster out, there's actually a little pot meter that you can adjust. A lot of people are saying that is, you can adjust that to compensate for 4 or 6 cylinder. So I'm actually going to wire this back in. We'll fire it up. We'll see how far off it is. And then I want to pull the cluster out and adjust it and see if we can get this dialed in without having to buy the other converter. That's just going to save, obviously, time for waiting for it and one less part to go bad if we can get it to work without it. So let's do that. Let's wire this in and see if we can get it dialed in. All right, we got that converter kind of temporarily wired in. Let's fire it up and see what we're at for RPMs right now. See, like I thought, we are way, way low. So let's pull this cluster out and see if we can get that adjusted correctly. All right, we got the tack out. So if you look at the side of the tack right here, that is the little adjustment meter that we need to adjust. So you can see if we have it in, we have to have this contacted obviously into the back of the panel here. So we have to have this screwed in, but you can't get to that screw. So what I think I'm going to do, if I take the speedometer out, I should be able to get in here with a screwdriver and adjust this with a cluster in the truck. So that's going to make life much easier instead of pulling it out, adjusting it, putting it back in. Probably have to do that 10 times just to get it dialed in. So pull the speedometer off and that should make life a lot easier. Alright guys, that was way too easy. So you can see engine speed is 924. That is our idle speed. So we are really close there. We'll get up to hit it like 2,000. There's right about 2,000. And right about 2,000. So we are good to go. That was way too freaking easy. Well guys, I'm coming at you about 2 weeks later. I am still trying to get this truck tuned. I cannot figure it out. Malone can't figure it out. We cannot figure out why the Flash Zilla won't work. It won't load. It won't write to my ECU. So something's going on. I can't wait any longer. I gotta get this video out. I know I said in the beginning that I didn't care how long it takes. I didn't think it was gonna take, it's been over 2 weeks now and it's backing up all my other videos. I'm trying to get all these videos for this truck done so we can start on the next build. So I'm gonna put this video here. If we get this truck tuned someday, I don't know how freaking long it's gonna take. I'm really frustrated with the whole ordeal. Whenever we get it tuned, I'll throw it in the video. I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging on that. I know you guys wanna see the full boost, full power, see what this thing can do. So I'll definitely put it in a video. I'm very sorry we didn't get it done in this one. I really, really wanted to, but like I said, I just can't wait any longer to get this video out. But at least we got that tack fixed and the fan working, all that good stuff. Well guys, I guess that's a wrap for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. We didn't get everything done I wanted to, but it is what it is. Well, go smash that thumbs up button, guys. We'll see you in the next video.